What if I told you Barcelona is still paying its legendary stars, even after they've left for Inter Miami? Stick around to uncover the shocking financial truth behind Messi, Busquets, and Alba's departure. You won't believe how this affects the club's future. Keep watching. The importance of deferred salaries in Barcelona's financial crisis. To navigate its financial crisis, Barcelona opted to defer the salaries of key players, including Messi, Busquets, and Alba. This strategy, common during the COVID-19 pandemic, allowed the club to maintain liquidity and avoid insolvency. While it helped Barcelona stay afloat, it placed a long-term burden on its finances. Salaries were reduced or postponed, with agreements to pay the remaining sums later. At the time, Barcelona was facing a reported loss of 481 million euros and a debt exceeding 1.3 billion euros. This measure was crucial to avoid breaching salary caps and prevent player departures. However, the deferred payments created financial obligations that would stretch over several years, affecting Barcelona's cash flow and financial recovery. The Messi, Busquets, and Alba impact. Deferred salaries and future payments. The deferred salaries for Messi, Busquets, and Alba were significant and became central to Barcelona's financial struggles. Messi, having spent over 20 years at the club, agreed to defer part of his salary during the financial crisis. Even after his 2021 move to Paris Saint-Germain, Messi's deferred payments remained a financial obligation for Barcelona. Similarly, Busquets and Alba made similar agreements to help the club during this tough period. While these measures were necessary for Barcelona's short-term survival, they created a long-term burden. As of 2024, Barcelona still faces the responsibility of fulfilling these deferred payments, despite the players now being at Inter Miami. Messi's departure, a financial and emotional blow to Barcelona. One of the most shocking moments in recent football history was Lionel Messi's departure from Barcelona in 2021. Messi, the club's all-time top scorer and one of the greatest players to ever play the game, was forced to leave due to Barcelona's inability to comply with La Liga's financial fair play regulations. Despite both Messi and the club's desire to renew his contract, Barcelona could not afford to register him within the league's salary cap restrictions. This departure was not just a sporting loss for Barcelona, but a financial one as well. Messi's deferred salary payments continued even after he left, and the club still owed him a significant amount of money. The emotional impact on the club was immense, as Messi was seen as the heart and soul of Barcelona. His move to Paris Saint-Germain was a necessary step, but it left a hole in Barcelona's finances that would take years to repair. Barcelona's continuing payments to former legends, Messi, Busquets, and Alba. While Messi's departure to Paris Saint-Germain was well publicized, it was not the end of Barcelona's financial obligations to him. As mentioned earlier, Messi's deferred salary payments are still part of Barcelona's financial burden. In addition to Messi, both Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, two other club legends, agreed to similar salary deferral agreements. These deferred wages meant that even as these players moved to Inter Miami in 2023, Barcelona remained responsible for paying out a portion of their salaries. These payments would continue to affect Barcelona's cash flow, with installments scheduled to be paid over several years. Even though these players were no longer playing for the club, the deferred salaries created an ongoing financial obligation that the club had to manage. The financial burden, deferred salaries, and Barcelona's cash flow. Despite accounting for deferred salaries in the 2020 to 2021 financial year, the long-term cash flow issues continued to affect Barcelona. These obligations hindered the club's ability to generate profits and reinvest in the team. While the deferred payments weren't immediate expenses, they created financial strain, limiting Barcelona's ability to secure new players or invest in other areas. Balancing the books became the club's primary focus, slowing progress in the transfer market. However, Barcelona worked to generate new revenue through stadium capacity increases and fresh sponsorships, though the deferred payments to Messi, Busquets, and Alba remained a burden. Barcelona's financial recovery plan. As Barcelona navigated its financial difficulties, the club began to implement several strategies aimed at stabilizing its finances. A key part of this plan involved increasing the club's revenue through various channels. The renovation of the iconic Spotify Camp Nou Stadium, expected to generate more matchday revenue, was one of the primary focuses for the club's long-term financial recovery. Barcelona also sought new sponsorship deals, including partnerships with companies like Spotify, which became a major sponsor. The financial boost from these partnerships was vital for the club to begin rebuilding and reducing its massive debt. Additionally, the club's executives focused on selling a portion of its broadcasting rights and assets, such as the sale of a portion of its media rights to investment funds. These revenue-boosting strategies helped to provide the club with much-needed liquidity. The role of deferred salary payments in Barcelona's long-term debt. Barcelona's long-term debt continued to grow despite the short-term financial measures taken. As part of its debt management strategy, Barcelona took out loans to cover operating costs, including payments to players. This decision to leverage debt, alongside the deferred salaries, became a critical part of the club's financial structure. However, this debt also affected the club's ability to make new investments. With such high outstanding liabilities, including deferred salaries and loans, Barcelona was in a constant battle to secure financial stability. The deferred salary agreements with Messi, Busquets, and Alba were not only a burden, but an ongoing financial commitment that would take years to fully resolve. Barcelona's financial outlook for the future. Optimism amid ongoing challenges. Despite the challenges, Barcelona's financial outlook for the future has started to show signs of optimism. The club's financial management has improved, and their revenue forecast for the coming season is €893 million. This is a significant recovery from previous years of losses. Much of this projected revenue comes from increased matchday income due to the renovations at Spotify Camp Nou and the renewal of sponsorship deals. Additionally, Barcelona is hopeful that it can register new signings such as Dani Olmo and Victor Roque, who are key to the club's rebuilding strategy. These new signings would not only strengthen the squad, but also provide a boost to Barcelona's commercial activities. If the club can continue this upward trend, it is likely to start balancing its books and even turning a profit again in the near future. The legacy of Barcelona's legends, from Messi to Alba. The departures of Messi, Busquets, and Alba marked the end of an era for FC Barcelona. These players had been the heart and soul of the team for years, contributing to Barcelona's most successful period in history. Their moves to Inter Miami in 2023 symbolized a changing of the guard for both the club and the sport in general, with more footballing legends making the move to Major League Soccer. While their contributions on the pitch will be remembered forever, their financial legacy, through deferred salaries and ongoing payments, continues to impact Barcelona's recovery. As the club works toward financial stability, the memories of their achievements remain, but the club must also face the reality of the financial obligations these legendary players left behind. Barcelona's road to financial recovery. Barcelona's journey from financial disaster to recovery is a testament to the resilience of the club and its management. The deferred salary payments to players like Messi, Busquets, and Alba represent a chapter in Barcelona's recent history that was marked by financial turmoil. However, with the deferred payments expected to end by 2024 and a significant revenue boost from sponsorships and stadium renovations, Barcelona is optimistic about its future. The end of these financial obligations signals the beginning of a new era for Barcelona, one where the club can begin to focus on rebuilding its squad and returning to the top of European football. While the deferred salaries and long-term debt will continue to affect Barcelona's financial stability for some time, the club is on the right track to achieving financial recovery. With careful management, new signings, and the continued support of fans, Barcelona hopes to turn the page on this financial chapter and reclaim its position among the footballing elite. That's all for today's video. If you found this deep dive into Barcelona's financial recovery insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more in-depth football content, and stay tuned for future videos on the world of sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.